This episode is brought to you by Netflix. New players, new games, new rules. Squid Game, The Challenge returns for a gripping second season. 456 contestants from all walks of life, competing in the ultimate test of strategy, alliances, and endurance. For a life-changing prize of $4.56 million. With stakes this high, why make friends when you can make millions? Watch Squid Game, The Challenge Season 2, only on Netflix November 4th.
Welcome to People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report. I'm Mark Pfeffer. This week's podcast is brought to you by Criteria. Finding and retaining great talent is a challenge, and Criteria can help. Their assessments help you make better talent decisions by identifying high-potential candidates. Criteria has designed and validated their assessments to predict job performance by objectively evaluating skills and abilities that lead to success. And then they go further, highlighting high-potential candidates who may have been overlooked based on experience alone. The result? Increased revenue, reduced turnover, and raised quality of hire across the board. Learn more. Visit www.criteriacorp.com. That's www.criteriacorp.com. There's a new survey out that says job satisfaction in America is back to where it was before COVID-19. Remote work, flexible schedules, greater autonomy, and not dealing with a commute are all playing a part. People seem to like the situation enough that even the rollout of coronavirus vaccines isn't enough to pull them back to the office 5 days a week. In fact, some employees say they'd look for a new job if they had to go back to some kind of workspace. The survey is from workforce management platform HiBob. It found some definite signs that job satisfaction is tied to flexible work. For example, some 62% of individual contributors, 66% of middle managers, and 79% of senior managers say they're highly satisfied with work. Those aren't dramatically different numbers than they were before COVID. Meantime, only 10% of employees want to go back to the office full-time. Most people seem to like the idea of working 2 or 3 days a week in the office, the rest from home. This is all causing a rethink about the whole point of the office. The study said offices are evolving from everyday workspaces to places designated for socialization, collaboration, and company culture. In-office time could become more about meetings and onboarding than heads-down work time. And indeed, nearly a third of individuals said socialization is the most important purpose of the office now. More than a third of managers said it was collaboration. Either way, flexibility seems to play a prominent role in people's thinking. HiBob says employees have established a strong rhythm with hybrid work, and they're not going to rush back to the workplace 5 days a week just because they got vaccinated. And all this talk of socializing seems to be about staying connected to others face-to-face. Clockwise, a company that develops scheduling software, says that since the pandemic began, people spend 25% more time in team meetings. Now, HiBob's results aren't necessarily earth-shattering. There's been a lot of research that's found employees like the hybrid work approach and that business leaders see it as workable. The number of employers who feel good about remote work increased 10 points between June 2020 and January 2021. That's according to PwC. More employees say they're more productive now than they were before the pandemic. And this has been People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report, a publication of Recruiting Daily. We're also a member of Evergreen Podcasts. You can check out other shows at www.evergreenpodcasts.com. This edition has been brought to you by Criteria. Criteria has designed and validated their assessments to predict job performance by objectively evaluating the skills and abilities that lead to success. Visit criteriacorp.com to see how Criteria can help you unlock the potential in your candidate pool. And to keep up with HR technology, visit the HCM Technology Report every day. We're the most trusted source of news in the HR tech industry. Find us at www.hcmtechnologyreport.com. I'm Mark Pfeffer.
Welcome to Don't Retire, Graduate, the podcast that asks you what you want to be when you grow up so you can graduate into retirement with a purpose and a passion, whether you're 25, 85, or any age in between. Gain actionable financial and mindset tips from your favorite authors, podcasters, and influencers to help you reach that exciting next chapter. Listen now and start building your path to financial freedom and reframing what retirement can mean to you. This is your host, Eric Brotman, reminding you, don't retire, graduate.
The world's best-known investor and Wall Street expert, Warren Buffett, once said, "Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls-Royce to get advice from those who take the subway." Mr. Buffett's quote is remarkably accurate, but how many people would rather receive advice from him than someone simply guessing? Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell, your single source for Wall Street knowledge and profitable guidance. Please join me, Todd Schoenberger, and fellow trader Tobin Smith, as well as host Veronica Dudo, for a podcast known to move the needle for investors. Tobin and I are seasoned Wall Street executives with deep investment experience, and we are prepared to share our advice to those who choose to listen. Download Buy, Hold, Sell today on the Evergreen Podcast Network or your favorite podcast channel.